A very good afternoon to everyone. In my last session, we discussed about how to crack sociology optional paper of UPSC. This time, I'll be discussing how did emergence of sociology happened. So now the big question is, how did sociology came into being? Humans have been a social animal for long, so we have always been in society right from the very early age. So how did this term sociology came into being? So today we'll be discussing about emergence of sociology. Well, we all have been living in a society, constantly living with beings, surrounded with people. So how did this foundation of disciple happen? What led to the foundation of discipline? So how did sociology came into being? Now, it was in 19th century, there was systemized form of this discipline that actually happened. So we can say that it came long back in 19th century. However, we have been living in the society before that also, but how did this discipline actually got recognized in 19th century? Well, we all have heard about an age known as Dark Age. Now, why do we call it as Dark Age? Because of prevalence of social evils, we didn't had any architectural activities. We didn't had any logical reasoning. Nobody questioned the estate system. Rather, I would say that rationality was missing. So that's the reason why we call this period as Dark Age. Now, feudal structure played a prevalent role in making this age as a dark age. So one can say that existence of feudal structure led to this dark age. So well, there were people living in the society that time also. We were going through a phase where there was no logical reasoning, there were social evils, there were feudal system, there was no rationality, there was no questioning to the system. So everything was pretty much missing in dark age. So it lacked new ideas, it lacked political questioning, it even lacked scientific thinking. So a very dark age. So this is how we describe a dark age. So this was an age that led to question all this. Hence, we can say that pretty much the emergence of sociology started happening right from that period. After that, when humans started questioning things with the help of intellectual people, it led to change. The change happened from dark age to rebirth. Now what was that? We were here in dark age, helpless, lonely, unable to question and think. So how fascinating human mind can be, that though we knew a lot of things, yet we can't question anything at that time. Now, when humans started questioning this dark age, what came into being was rebirth. Now, what is that rebirth? Or it led to reawakening. We all are pretty much aware of Renaissance. This is pretty much that period. The Renaissance. Now what happened was in that period, it led to questioning of old traditions, old beliefs, so humans started questioning the old traditions, questioning the old beliefs. They started developing their thought process. So this is how the evolution of sociology happened. The emergence of society, the emergence of change, the emergence of questioning, the emergence of logical thinking, all started. So we do often refer Renaissance as a cultural movement. So we call this phase of Renaissance as the cultural movement. Why cultural movement? For a very special reason, because from here the center of being happened to be man. Yes, it was man, it was humanism that was center of all activities. Any activity was encompassed just around man and humanism. So this is how evolution started happening. From a dark age where man knew nothing, man didn't question, the man was under the feudal structure, the state system, to a process where the man started questioning. Man started developing the intellectual capacity, started developing the ability, started developing its thought process. So it not only led to creation of existence of humans, but also led to creation of architectural activities. So from here we started knowing a fact that everything is just encompassed, circulated around humanism and man. So man is all powerful from here. So here we can say it created a base for sociological thought. Sociological thought base was created. So after so much of struggle, we finally led to a stage where we can say that the thought about the sociology, about the society came into being. So the very first question, how did sociology came into being? From here, sociology came in the society. So how does it lead to change? After all this, one thing was very systemized and clear, that the ideological thinking and the process of humans started developing. So one can say it led to a paradigm of ideological thoughts. From here, that is from Renaissance, started modernity. Now what is modernity? Modernity means it is derived from the word modo, and now this word means new, current. So we can say idea of modernism started. So modernity came into Europe. We can also say that this modernity has actually led to rise in the level of intellectual thinking, bringing in the contemporary world. So now we are heading towards a modern contemporary world. Now, modernity too questioned traditions. It brought a lot of scientific, technological thinking. Now, what did modernity questioned? Now, modernity let us free from old customs, old traditions, and it gave us freedom of another form. What Renaissance provided us a belief, a change in thought, a questioning mindset, whereas in modern world we had freedom of belief. Freedom of belief. We started heading towards individualism. We started questioning inequality. There were ideas, there were rational ideas. There were scientific, technological, thinking. A very important and a very major change that happened because of modernity was we brought a society which was industrialized, urbanized, and was secular. So modernity brought industrialization, it brought urbanization, it brought secularism. Now, when modernity brought industrialization, it brought urbanization, and it even brought secularism, then it is bound to happen. We changed from a feudal society to a capitalist society. So rapid were the changes, though it took time, but this is how the changes happened. So a human mind and humans are so powerful. We changed the society completely. We brought industrialization, we brought urbanization, we even made people think in a certain way so that there could be secularism. And we completely changed a feudal society to a capitalist society. Now there were certain changes that happened in political sphere as well, and it is bound to happen because the feudal pattern changed. So if we see our contemporary world, the political practices that is happening came from here. We had a nation state, we had a very important democracy, and Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel has called civil servant as the steel frame of the nation. So very important again, bureaucracy. So all this changes happened in political sphere. Now, very important is who people were associated in bringing this political change, economic changes, who studied them were the sociological thinkers. So in political phase, we had Montesquieu, Rousseau, they talked about modern political ideas. Very important thinkers who actually studied the modern political ideas. Then we had Adam Smith, Ricardo, they studied the new economic ideas. So what actually happened with the changes? If we see, industrialization happened, and of course industrialization will lead to urbanization. So what are the changes that happened in the society? Now, industries actually happened to replace home-based industries. So home-based industries would change to an industrialized society. Now, because of these industrialized society, what else happened? Very logical, urbanization happened. Now, because of urbanization, there was a lot of migration happened. Now, when migration happened, nuclear family came into being. Now, with nuclear family, there was a big question towards the alter that happened in social structure. Now, what is social structure? We have kinship system, we have family, marriages, etc. So this is how one led to other. You will even study in detail about the differences between the family, the kinship system, and the household. All three terms are differently approached in sociology. So the social structure, the change in the social structure could be seen in all three. So if we tend to summarize what we have studied up till now and what led to the emergence of sociology, we can say that in 17th and 18th century we had political philosophers, Montesquieu and Rousseau, who questioned or who studied the political ideas. They did reasoning and questioning human beings. They led to idea of empirism, scientific investigation, and very important, rationality. So this is how philosophers contributed towards sociology. There is one very famous theory of Darwin's, and he is associated with the fact of organic evolution. Now, Darwin's theory organic evolution. So he happened to say that society too evolves as organisms. And that's very much correct. If we see, we have been evolving from Dark Age, from Renaissance to a modern technologized world. So what else led to change in society? This was a part that was associated with political changes. Now, if I talk about the political developments that happened during that time, that was studied by the philosophers. One was the change in feudal society. Now, what was feudal society? Feudal society dealt with the clergy class. Sorry. It started with commoners. Commoners were no special beings, they were common people. So they occupied the major chunk of society. Then came the clergy class. They were basically associated with safeguarding the nobles. So this is how the feudal society was. These were the topmost and the rare section. So all this led to discontentment, tension among the masses, especially among this. Why? Because they were humiliated, exploited, and were neglected. So very much evident. We even witness this in today's world also. People, even in the Oxfam report, it was mentioned that top 1% people hold nearly 70 to 80% of the wealth of the country. Oxfam report. So I'm talking about this to the perspective of India. Just to explain you that the top people are the rare and very minute section. So this was happening in France. So all the tension, the chaos that happened among the people were basically because there were discontentment among this section. So what was the result of this discontentment? The result was replacement of old feudal society. Now the old feudal system was replaced with a democratic system, a system where liberty was celebrated. We all want liberty. Liberty of thoughts, liberty of ideas, freedom of belief, freedom of choice. So the tension in France among the people led to change of feudal structure to a democratic system, a system where liberty was preached. There was fraternity. So we have democracy, liberty, fraternity. And this was told by Russia. So French Revolution happened to challenge the very big system, the anarchy. Now anarchy and the inequality was challenged. So this is how our society evolved, and we came towards a modern society. So I hope so you would have understood how emergence of sociology happened and how the social changes took place in the society. It not only happened to change the social system but also the economic and the political system. So thank you so much for your cooperation and patience. Thank you.